Dear Heavenly Father God, I want to thank you for this day. I want to thank you for waking all of us up in our right minds, allowing us to see a new day. I want to ask that you bestow all of our competitors today with the wisdom that they have built up throughout their school year to do their best. Make the seniors do a little better than them, though. Please allow us to finish battle of the classes strong, and please guide us and protect us throughout the rest of this day. Your name we pray. Amen. Amen. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right. So 1 minute before we begin, there are a few miscalculated scores yesterday regarding the junior class. At the end, okay. All right, never mind. At the end.
Yes, guys. You guys are ready for today? Guys, we want to publicly welcome back to us Mr. McDonald. Mr. Mac, we missed you yesterday, brother, but we know that God took you where you went and back safely. We appreciate you. Now for what will be a historic event. You got the pun? Some people still are like some people, all right. So it's history first. So the historic event. Sisters, we are well. Because you come. Who is going to win today? I tell you, each team looks formidable. So let us see. I think Miss Henry goes first. Righteousness. All right. Miss Ball is going to be speckled. That means there's going to be a sense of pregnancy that might create, let's leave that there.
All right, freshmen, you ready? Yeah. All right, so there will be a series of questions for the first round. And all of these questions are as it relates to the Mesopotamian civilization. All right, so first question, what does Mesopotamia mean? What was or were the main rivers of Mesopotamia? How many laws were in Hammurabi's code? And what was Hammurabi's code written on and why?
Mesopotamia means the land between two rivers. The main rivers of Mesopotamia were Euphrates and Tigris. How many laws were in Hammurabi's code? That's 282 laws. And Hammurabi's code was written on stone so the people would never forget it.
That is correct.
All right, sophomores. Okay, what happened? I'm going to give 50 seconds. They might not need it, but we have quite a few things. Listen carefully. What happened? No problema. Okay, so 30 seconds? Cool. All right, so guys, you have 30 seconds. I will say the name, and you will tell me the ideology or their contributions to history. Is that clear? Okay. Gandhi.
Satyagraha.
Erasmus.
He reformed the church and he translated the Bible into vernacular.
Petrarch.
Father of humanism.
John Locke.
Natural rights.
Dennis Diderot.
Encyclopedia.
Michelangelo.
Sistine Chapel.
Johann Gutenberg.
Printing press.
Nicholas Copernicus.
Heliocentricity.
That is correct. All right. Okay, 1 second. Let me get to U.S. history. All right, 30 seconds, my juniors. What is Manifest Destiny? Give 3 examples. Manifest.
Manifest
Go ahead.
Destiny was the belief that the U.S. had the right to expand from the Atlantic to the Pacific. 3 examples would be the gold rush, um,
The expansion of the railroads throughout the West, and
Time. So sorry. 3 examples: Mexican-American War, Louisiana Purchase, westward expansion, etc., etc. All right, seniors. Woo. Seniors. Oh, this is so easy. You probably need 10 seconds for this one. Define scarcity and shortage. What's the difference, if any? Scarcity and shortage. What's the difference?
So scarcity is the idea that there's always a limited supply for unlimited demand, and shortage is a temporary lack of a certain good or item, and that's the main difference between scarcity is permanent, while shortage is temporary.
That is correct.
All right, freshmen, answer the following questions as it relates to ancient India. What were the 2 empires that we study in class that came out of ancient India? Which ruler was fearful for his life, and what were the 2 things he did for his protection? Identify the name of the war that Ashoka led his army to, and what did Ashoka do after witnessing the violence of the war?
The 2 empires that we studied were Gupta and Mauryan. The ruler was Chandragupta, and 2 things he did for his protection was that he slept in different rooms every night, and he made servants taste test his food. Identify the name of the war. It was the Battle of Kalinga, and after Ashoka witnessed the violence of the war, he converted to Buddhism, and he encouraged his people to practice religious tolerance.
So the first part you got wrong. The 2 empires were the Maurya and the Gupta empires. She did? Oh, I didn't hear that. Okay.
Great job, freshmen. 45 seconds, sophomores. After the Opium War, China signed this treaty with Great Britain. What is the name of the treaty? And give at least 5 terms that were in the treaty.
it was the Treaty of Nanjing. They had to give Britain Hong Kong. They had to open 2 ports. They had to allow them to continue selling opium in China.
That's 4. We need 1 more.
They have to pay them back the money they lost in opium when they destroyed this shit.
That is correct. Okay, U.S. history, round 2, 45 seconds. State the belief or the ideology or the definition of the following. Please be very specific. Reconstruction.
Reconstruction was a period from 1865 to 1877, which was after the Civil War, where they focused on the reconstruction of the South. And
Marbury versus Madison.
gave us it was the court case that gave us judicial review.
Compromise of 1850.
It was the compromise. Huh? Oh, sorry. It was the compromise that determined what they were going to do with allow California to enter as a free state, stronger Fugitive Slave Act,
Okay, I'll take that. Let's move on. Articles of Confederation.
the first constitution of the United States.
Trail of Tears.
Mass displacement of Indians from Andrew Jackson.
That's time. I'm sorry. I am sorry. All right, seniors, round 2. And you have only 45 seconds. What are the 6 basic principles of the Constitution? That's 1. What are 4 types of economy, and define each and give examples of each?
6 principles of the Constitution are popular sovereignty, checks and balances, separation of powers, federalism, judicial review, and limited government. The 4 types of economy are the traditional economy, the communism / central.
What?
The 4 types of economy are the traditional economy, communism / central.
Communist what? I'm not getting that one.
Communism / the central command economy.
Okay.
The capitalism and the mixed economy. Traditional economy follows a
Time.
All right, freshmen, you have 1 minute. Answer the following questions as it relates to ancient Egypt. Who united Upper and Lower Egypt? At what age did King Tut come into power? What rights did women have? You have to give me 2 examples. Which organs were stored in canopic jars as it relates to mummification? And what did the weighing of the heart ceremony determine?
The person who united Lower and Upper Egypt was King Menes or King Narmer. King Tut came into power at the age of 9. Women had the right to propose marriage, and if a divorce was granted, they could take 1/3 of the property with them. The organs that were placed in the canopic jars were the stomach, the liver, the lungs, the intestines, and the weighing of the heart ceremony determined if a person was allowed to enter into the afterlife.
That is correct.
Sophomores, this question has 4 parts, and you have 1 minute. So lock in. You got that? Okay, here we go. What's the name of the country and... I can't have time for the 3rd? So let's push it to 2 minutes. Okay, they might not need it. So 2 minutes, I'm gonna have 2 minutes for U.S. history as well as... All right. So, no, should we start over? Because we never start. Doing what? It's not on there. No. All right, so what's the name of the country and the leader in charge of the Congo?
It was King Leopold II from Belgium.
Name 6 countries that had colonies in Africa.
France, Britain, Italy, Spain, Portugal. Germany, Belgium.
Okay. State, belief, ideology, or give me the definition. White man's burden.
The belief that it was a white man's job to civilize the uncivilized.
Social Darwinism.
A misconception based on Darwin's belief of natural selection, that whoever has the most resources, who's the strongest, who's the best government should rule over the smaller countries.
All right, in art, perspective.
It was a form of art that was 3-dimensional and focused on realism.
Imperialism.
That a stronger nation should...
A country that is more politically, economically, and socially advanced should rule over a smaller country.
Sati was when the woman committed suicide in the prayers of her husband's funeral.
Imperialism is when a stronger country takes over a weaker country. Political.
Yeah. So you're at imperialism. You have a minute. Shh.
5 reasons for imperialism: white man's burden, social Darwinism, overpopulation, competition, and greed.
That is correct. Did you say Sati ritual?
The Sati ritual was when the woman would kill herself in the prayers of her husband's fire prayers because she thought she didn't have any life without him.
Okay, correct. Round 3 for juniors, and you have, I said I was given 2 minutes, correct? Juniors, repeat the preamble to the Declaration of Independence. Who is the author? Also, juniors, you are going to list the methods that were used to disenfranchise African Americans in the South and explain them.
We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter it, to abolish it, and to institute a new form of government, laying its foundations on such principles and organizing its power in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness.
It was written by?
Thomas Jefferson.
All right.
Poll tax, literacy test, violence, gerrymandering, and grandfather clauses.
Thank you, that is correct. U.S. government, round 3, and you have the same 2 minutes. What are concurrent powers? Give 3 examples of concurrent powers, and you will repeat the preamble to the Constitution.
Concurrent powers are powers shared by both the state and the federal government. These include courts, levying taxes, and a policing force.
Preamble?
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice and serve domestic tranquility, provide for common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
That is correct.
All right, last question, freshmen. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds, okay? And these questions are related to ancient China. Which river was known as the Yellow River and why was it called that? What were the 5 key relationships and which one was considered to be equal? What were the 3 key philosophies that we've studied in class? And explain how the dynastic cycle was connected to the mandate of heaven. Just go ahead. Say whatever.
What were the key philosophies we studied in class? That's Confucianism, Taoism, and legalism. Explain how the dynastic cycle was connected to
Just answer.
Oh, it was connected because the mandate of heaven was technically the divine right of ruler or a dynasty was given to rule. And if they did not rule correctly, then a series of natural disasters would come like as a sign to the people that they weren't ruling correctly. The 5 key relationships were ruler to subject, parent to child, husband to wife, eldest brother to youngest brother, friend to friend, but the ones that were equal were friend to friend and husband to wife, and friend to friend, and the river which was known as the Yellow River was the Changhe River, and it was yellow because of the lohas that was in the river, and the lohas produced a silt, and the silt was yellow.
That is correct.
Let's do 3 minutes. They will not. I'm going to do 3 minutes across the board for my people. They may do it in less, but I want you guys to be calm and answer these questions. All right. This question has parts. A, what was the Sepoy Rebellion? B, what are 2 other names for this rebellion? C, when did India get its independence? Next question. Describe and give details for the Salt March, the Homespun Movement, and the Scramble for Africa. You may begin.
India gained its independence in 1945. 2 other names were the Sepoy.
That's incorrect.
1945.
India's independence? 47. Juniors. Okay. Now, juniors, we're going to do something a bit different. During the Gilded Age, industrialists boost the economy, yet destroyed local businesses and made the poor poorer. Debate this issue. So some of you are going to be captains of industry. Others of you are going to be robber barons. I'm not done. Then, oh, yeah, actually I'm done. Who were these men, and what does the term gilded mean? So the debates, captains of industry, robber barons, arguments. At least 3 arguments. 2 each, yes. Go.
Gilded means to be covered with gold, hiding what's underneath.
Who are these men?
The robber barons were Vanderbilt, Carnegie, Rockefeller, and J.P. Morgan.
They were captains of industry because they boosted the economy. They supported the U.S. in its times of crisis. They provided jobs for people, and they were robber barons because they exploited workers to gain their money, and they corrupted the political setting to boost their money further.
One other thing?
Huh? For robber barons or which
Robber
one?
barons, yeah.
I said.
Repeat what you said. We got time.
I said exploited workers. They political corruption and crush small businesses to get more money.
Say again?
Crush small businesses. Crush competition.
I'm still waiting for another word.
Monopolies.
Thank you. Correct. Took them a minute. All right. We're in round 4, correct? Okay. Seniors, you get the same time? Yes. All right. You're going to define these words, and you're also going to calculate elasticity. But let's go through the terms. The law of demand.
The idea that as price goes up, demand goes down.
Factors of production.
These are the things needed to produce a good, which include land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship.
Opportunity cost.
These are the options that are left behind when making a decision.
To be more precise.
The other options you did not choose in the decision. The opportunities you gave up, I guess.
Those would be trade-offs. Okay. Opportunity cost. Just to note, she's not incorrect, but there's a specific phraseology for that definition. Opportunity cost.
Can we move on to other key terms? Can we move on to the other key terms
Sure.
and come back
Elasticity of demand.
Can we move on to other key terms, please?
4 factors that shift the demand curve.
Population, personal preference, public expectations, and
What was that one?
public expectations.
Okay.
And can we do new firms entering the market? Does that shift the or new products?
Substitutions.
Substitutions. As price goes up, supply.
Which one? Law of
Law of
supply?
supply. As price goes up, supply goes up.
Diminishing marginal returns?
That that passing a certain point, after you hire too many workers, there'll be more workers than there are jobs available, so productivity decreases.
Subsidy?
It's money given by the government to help certain businesses pay for the cost of production.
Elasticity of demand?
Elasticity of demand refers to the fact that when prices go up, the demand will not shift, but rather because they are necessities for people, they will buy them regardless of the price. This includes things like medicine and other necessary things.
Okay, back to opportunity cost.
50 seconds.
Let me give you the scenario for calculating elasticity. While you think of that, you have 44 seconds. A local coffee shop raises the price of iced tea from $4 to $5. As a result, the number of iced coffees sold each day falls from 200 to 150. Give the percent change in price, in quantity demanded, and the final elasticity.
Okay, percentage just that's 1/150 divided.
That's time. Opportunity cost, the next best option. Percent change in price, 25%. Change in quantity, negative 25. The answer is 1, meaning it's unitary. Yeah, thank you so much, global students and history students.
Guys, it is clear that there is teaching going on in history. Let's give them a hand. We call it didactic. I just want to point out that Brother Ayodele is here with us today. Mercy. All the way from Lagos, Nigeria. Buzz. Righteousness. I hear the excitement with the seniors here. I hope there's no jet lag in the English part of it. Mercy. All right. Now for the English. Are the same people remaining? Freshmen, are you changing? See, yeah, man. You have a change of team, man. Yes, Sister Mitchell, you're French. Miss Molly, inside joke. Where are the English rebels without a cause? Guys, while we get them together, we have something in Jamaica called School Challenge, and it's to put you under pressure. That's why it's timing. She's all right? Sister, not the end of the road. It's just 2 years different, you know? 47 and 45. All right. Where's Gael? Announce the winners for history.
So, in fourth place, we have the seniors. Up next, we have a tie between the juniors and the sophomores. And in first place, we have the freshmen.
I will try my best. Freshmen, are we ready? Okay. First round.
Hold your hand and be ready, like a lion, ready to destroy.
All right, you have 30 seconds. Identify the different types of nouns.
Jay will say it. Don't write it, say it.
Common, proper, collective, possessive, concrete, and abstract.
That is correct. All right, sophomores, you have 30 seconds. I can't have time. Okay. Identify the direct and or indirect found in the following sentences. The chef cooked the guest a delicious meal. She closed the window before leaving the house. And then answer this question, true or false. A sentence with an indirect object will sometimes have a direct object.
The third one is false.
Meal is direct, guests are indirect, and window is direct, and there is no indirect object in 2.
That is correct. All right, juniors. Juniors, you have 30 seconds. Identify one example of symbolism in the story of an hour and explain what it represents.
So the window in the story of an hour represents the freedom that the main character felt when her husband died and she was relieved of her pressures and burdens as a wife.
That's correct. Okay, here we go. All right, seniors, you ready? What is the traditional stanza structure of a villanelle, and how many lines does the poem contain?
So there are 5 tercets, which are stanzas that have 3 lines, and then one
How
quatrain.
many? Okay, you said, go ahead.
One quatrain, and then 19 lines in the poem.
Okay. Repeat, you said 5.
5 tercets and 1 quatrain.
How many lines are in the quatrain?
4.
And how many lines overall?
19.
That is correct.
All right, freshmen, you have 45 seconds. Identify the adverbial phrase and what type of adverb is used. What type of adverb? All right. She danced with extraordinary grace at the audition. We'll meet after the final rehearsal, and he looked for his keys under the couch. You have 30 seconds. Guys, talk.
One, the adverbial phrase is extraordinary grace, and the type of adverb used is manner. For number 2, after the final rehearsal, and the type of adverb used is time. And,
That's time. All right, sophomores, this one is a little long. You're going to identify and define the type of irony found in the passage that I'm going to read to you. Explain using supporting details of how this irony is shown. So Marcus double-checked the time on his... Yeah.
Can we show it?
Okay. Marcus double-checked the time on his phone as he stood outside the auditorium doors holding his speech cards tightly. He had spent weeks preparing to confess to his classmates that he had cheated on the final exam. The guilt had been eating at him, and tonight's academic award ceremony felt like the right moment to come clean. Inside, the principal stepped up to the microphone. Before we begin, she announced, we'd like to recognize a student who has demonstrated outstanding honesty and integrity. Marcus' stomach dropped as he heard his name called. Applause filled the room as he slowly walked to the stage. His speech cards trembled in his hands. The principal shook his hand and smiled proudly. Marcus came forward earlier this week and reported a grading mistake that gave him extra points he didn't earn. That kind of character is rare. Marcus stared out at the crowd, the weight of his secret pressing even harder. He had come prepared to admit the truth, but now everyone already believed he was honest.
Dramatic.
The supporting details are the last sentence because it shows. The supporting details are the last sentence because it shows how everyone already believed is honest. Like dramatic irony is where everyone knows something but the character, and that's what the last sentence is showing. That
That since the principal is unaware of his actions, even though we are aware of his actions, but the principal isn't.
So that is incorrect. It's showcasing situational irony because he plans to confess that he cheated, so we're expecting to face the consequences, but instead he is publicly praised for his honesty. So the irony lies in the contrast between his hidden guilt and the way others celebrate him as the person of integrity.
All right, juniors. Level 2. Okay. Define one characteristic of dark romanticism and explain how the telltale heart reflects that characteristic.
I forgot. One characteristic of dark romanticism could be like guilt, sorrow, obsession, and the telltale heart. The main character is guilty about his actions for killing the old man with the eye, and his obsession over that eye is what makes it more of a dark romanticism.
That is correct. Seniors. AP. Okay. So in Shakespeare's Macbeth, Macbeth states, "I have no spur, but only vaulting ambition." So think about argument essay, right? This statement suggests that ambition can both motivate and destroy individuals. Write an essay that argues your position on whether ambition is ultimately more beneficial or harmful to people and society. So you're going to use some of the 3 S's, right, that we talked about. The question itself, write a defensible thesis for an argument essay in which you respond to this prompt. Be sure to begin with concession language and the counterclaim.
Although it can be argued that ambition propels one to move beyond one's comfort zone, and that ambition can also be misinterpreted as passion to get to higher heights, it is important to note that much like Icarus, you can fly too close to the sun, and that one's ambitions can drive them more than one was ever supposed to achieve.
I'll give it to you. It's correct. She made, and guys, just to be clear, she already made her claim, and it was correct. I was just trying to see if she was going to push it further, but you are correct.
I think. No, minute 20. All right, I'm going to give you guys a minute 20 for this question, freshmen. Define the following words: quintessence, pinnacle, parsimonious, and acquiesce.
What's the first one? Quintessence is the purest form of. Pinnacle is the peak of.
Frugal? Frugal is like a good word saying, but it's like something cheap or cheap.
Parsimonious is frugal, cheap, penny pinching.
One more, you have 25 seconds. All right, that's time. All right, sophomores. A minute and 20 seconds for you guys. Define the following words: umbrage, proclivity, gossamer, and punctilious.
Proclivity is natural tendency. Umbrage is offensive or rage. Punctilious is great attention to detail. Gossamer is light, thin material.
So umbrage was wrong. It's either shade cast by dress or an overshadowing influence or power. Okay.
Juniors, the three gentlemen were laughing consistently. You want me to keep it going minus fives? You might learn something if you actually look up here. Everybody's just quiet.
All right. Juniors, you will have a minute and 20 seconds. So read the email below and you're going to respond. The subject says question, and it's, Dear Mr. Thompson, I missed school yesterday, so I'd like to know what assignments we completed in class and when they should be submitted. I was also wondering if there are any notes or materials I should review before tomorrow. Thank you, Jason. Question, identify 2 ways this email could be improved to make it more professional and effective.
The student could use formal language, more formal language in their email.
Like?
Instead of using I'd like to know, the student could say I would like to know. Or also use in addition.
Okay. You have 20 seconds.
Using more concise information in their emails, using his last name in the end of the email.
Yes. You have 10 seconds. Give me another one.
Instead of saying thank you, they could say, I appreciate your consideration of the matters of the such.
So your second answer is correct, but the first one, I'd like, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to separate that to be the contraction in order to make it more professional. The subject could be more detailed, right? That was something there. So you have to look at the entire body. So the question is incorrect. All right. Seniors. All right. In A Raisin in the Sun, Mama states, there is always something left to love. Your question, what does Mama mean by this statement, and how does it connect to one of the central themes of the play, meaning you have to tell me what that theme is and how it connects.
All right, so basically, they say there's always something left to love. That means this is showing that the family still this family should still have hope even when they're poor, and that despite not having money, they should still show love and care for each other despite the challenges. and it connects to it connects to the theme that there is more to. It connects to the theme of hope and survival, despite their hardships.
I'll
without
take
having
that.
any money.
That's correct.
All right, you guys have 2 minutes. Identify the 3 types of conjunctions and define their function. And you're going to write 1 original sentence using each type as well. You have 2 minutes. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds.
For correlative, we have. For correlative, we have. We either get pizza or pasta.
You need to tell me the definition or how.
Oh, either or is a both of them are correlative conjunctions.
Yeah.
For
You have 45 seconds.
For coordinating, we have I was going to school, but I missed the bus. That but is the coordinating conjunction. And for subordinating, we have if we miss the bus, we won't be able to go to school. If is the subordinating conjunction.
You have to define the function of all 3.
Oh, coordinating connects 2 clauses. Subordinating connects an independent clause and to a dependent clause. And
that's time. All right, last question for sophomores. 2 minutes. All right, you're going to answer the following questions based off of this prompt that I give you. A school district is considering whether students should be required to wear school uniforms. So you're going to define ethos, pathos, and logos. You're going to give me 1 example of how each appeal could be used in an argument about school uniforms. And then which rhetorical appeal do you think is most persuasive in this situation and why? 2 minutes.
Ethos appeals to credibility and trust. Pathos appeals to emotion. And logos appeals to statistics and data.
So for logos, you could say logos you could say that 50% of students or 75% of students who wear a school uniform arrive on time on school earlier. So for ethos, you could say.
You could talk about like a leader of a school or like a principal, like, because it appeals to the trust. And you could talk about how his students wear uniform and they all perform better. So, you know, he's trusted. And for pathos.
1 minute.
Students feel more confident and they feel better in themselves when they wear uniform. And for the because they're not being compared to other people. And for the rhetorical appeal that is most persuasive, it would be logos, because it's just the facts and you can't really, debate fact. Well, you can debate facts, but yeah.
I'll take it. It's good.
All right, so for this round for juniors and seniors, you'll have 3 minutes. I'll read the question, and then you'll have the time after to answer. So, you're going to write a defensible thesis statement. So think about Regents Prep, the text analysis essay, and that's the thesis statement you're writing based off of this text. So the old basketball court sat buried between abandoned buildings and rusted fences. Its cracked pavement barely visible beneath years of neglect. Every evening, however, the sound of bouncing basketballs echoed through the neighborhood as groups of teenagers gathered beneath the flickering lights. Some arrived carrying backpacks stuffed with unfinished assignments, while others quietly leaned against the fence before stepping onto the court. Despite the worn nets and broken benches, the court remained alive with energy, laughter, and fierce competition. Long after the sun disappeared behind the city skyline, the players continued shooting baskets beneath the dim lights. And this is an excerpt from Beneath the Lights by Jordan Mitchell. So you're going to give me a thesis statement that indicates the writing strategy used by the author and the central idea developed in the passage. All of that in the one statement.
Oh, sorry. In Beneath the Lights, Jordan Mitchell uses the writing strategy image to develop the central idea that life goes on after struggles and hardship.
I'll take it. And seniors, 3 minutes, similar format. So I am going to read an excerpt from a sample rhetorical analysis, and you're going to give me the thesis statement, right, based on this material. So on April 12, 2024, educator and youth speaker Marcus Ellison delivered the following remarks to graduating seniors at the National Student Leadership Conference in Atlanta, Georgia. Too often, young people are taught to fear failure instead of learning from it. From the moment students enter school, many become obsessed with perfection, terrified of making mistakes that might disappoint others or damage their future. Yet, some of the world's greatest innovators, athletes, and leaders reached success only after enduring setbacks and rejection. Failure is not the opposite of success. Rather, it is often the pathway toward it. Like a sculptor chiseling away at stone to reveal a masterpiece, our struggles shape us into stronger and wiser individuals. We must stop fearing failure. We must stop allowing doubt to define us. We must start viewing adversity as an opportunity for growth. If we allow fear to control our decisions, we risk living comfortably instead of courageously. Therefore, we must embrace challenges, take meaningful risks, and understand that growth is rarely achieved without adversity. So you're going to give me the thesis statement for the rhetorical analysis essay. I can hear you.
All right. Okay. In this speech given at the National Student Leadership Conference in Atlanta, Georgia, Marcus Ellison juxtaposes the ideas that failure is not the opposite of success, compares struggles to a sculptor, a molding sculptor, and repeats the idea that they have to cease in order to
In order to highlight the necessity to stop feeling failure and embrace mistakes, ultimately urging readers
in order to challenge the audience to embrace the hard parts of life in order to create something more beautiful ahead in the future.
I'll take it. That's correct.
Let's give a hand for the English department. I'd like to say personally that if you are on a continuum of learning, it really drives you. And I want to implore all of you that when you sit there and listen to the questions, try to answer them yourselves. Not to talk, because it's a matter of learning. This morning, I was in Miss Ball's class. I have never heard the term muckrakers. Never heard it in my entire existence. I was like, what? I had to run to my room, Miss Ball, and Google it and spend most of the time reviewing it. So I just want to say, whenever you see something up there, even the words for the juniors and sophomores, those words are going to be on the PSAT. I mean, and some of you had no idea. It's one of the reasons why I've maintained that I have a fundamental belief for English speakers, you should know 25 words that you didn't know every week. That's important. You can't be saying the same thing over, but beautiful. Madam, talk to us.
So in fourth place for the English round, we have the freshmen. Third place, we have sophomores. In second place, we have the juniors. And first place, we have the seniors. Now, from yesterday, we had a couple of issues, and we resolved them. So the places have been changed. For the seniors, for the French round, their answer was right, so they got that point. For the juniors, the fourth round of Spanish, the point was deducted because they said it after the time. For the juniors in the second round, they got the answer right for the science. So
juniors, you were corrected. You had one right and one wrong.
Yeah. So for the French, we have the juniors in first, freshmen and sophomores are tied, and seniors are in fourth place. For Spanish, we have sophomores in first place, juniors, freshmen, and seniors are all now tied. For the sciences, we have the freshmen in fourth place, the sophomores in third, juniors in second, and seniors in first.
Very well done. All right. If you were part of the choir on Saturday night, I'd like for you to remain. If you were part of the praise dance team, I'd like for you to remain. And the orchestra, I'd like for you to remain. And, all right. But the praise team, some of them are cross, right? All right, I'm praise team. Just remain. All right.